Yo guys, this is Q Magazine and we're chilling with Zothia today. Your usual man, Semi K, right here. Oh yeah, Zothia, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm Ike. I'm
man.
Superman.
I'm
nice
good.
meeting you again.
Again?
Yeah.
Second edition, yeah.
It's always a privilege to have you
Same
on
here,
the show.
Thank you very much.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the basics.
Alright.
So, where did you start and how did you start?
Alright, my journey began in '98. I'm from a choral background. I've got a huge influence in terms of choral music, which I did for about 4 years in primary, and that was basically my foundation. And from there, after primary, going to high school, that's when I started performing. In 1999, I did my first performance, my solo performance. 98, I started writing songs. So that's basically where the journey started. It began there. I'm from Randfontein, from Klageng, but I was born from Mafikeng, but grew up in Randfontein. And I traveled between Randfontein and Rustenburg, because my grandparents had another house in Rustenburg. So Rustenburg and Randfontein were like pretty much home, both places, both provinces. So yeah, that's where my journey began as a young, ambitious girl. And I found my voice, and I never lost focus.
Let go.
Yeah.
Oh well, then the name Zothia.
Yeah.
Why Zothia?
Zothia. I got bored. I was using the name Zo at first, and I got bored of Zo. It's like, okay, Zo, it's not funky. I needed something spontaneous, something that would make people ask questions and say, who is this person? So I sat down and I just did a little puzzle in terms of my names. My first name is Zola, my middle name is Heather. So I played around with the letters and Zothia was born. So yeah, I liked it. It sounded kinky and funky. So I was like, this should really turn heads. So yeah, that's when Zothia was born. Yeah.
Well, tell us about your project with DTZ.
DTZ was a group, an Afro-pop group that I collaborated with them in terms of their album. When I came on board, their album was complete. And then they just asked me to do about 2 tracks for them, and which worked perfectly well. But unfortunately, as group members, we separated. Things didn't really materialize. But I was happy with the achievement that I did, because it brought another side to me, the versatility that I'm able to sing Afro-pop, I'm able to do different genres, as I've had that classical background and the R&B background. So I was quite happy that I'm able to go to the Afro-pop, which was back then in South Africa. We know that Afro-pop is the dominant genre when it comes to us in South Africa. So I was quite happy that I'm able to really go to that genre and just explore it.
Yeah, man. Well, in 2006, you worked with Hypnosis. Yeah. Tell us about the project.
Well, Hypnosis, I met him, I got a learnership in Rustenburg, whereby we were chosen out of about 600 candidates, the youth from 18 to 35. And we got learnerships, and we made it, about 45 of us made it through the learnership. And through our learnership, that's when I met Hypnosis, because he was the sound engineer at our school, Performing Arts, that was the campus of Performing Arts. We were the satellite campus in Rustenburg. The main campus was in Joburg. So part of the whole package of our learnership is that we were supposed to be doing demos. If some of the students decided that they didn't want to come back to school and further their education, at least they would have something that they would knock on doors with, So Hypnosis, I met him, and he loved my voice, and he was like, you know what, let's work on a project together. He invited one of the former schoolmates, Zolile Mulebatane, who's a guitarist and a vocalist, and we worked on the project Kept, and the album was great. It was fabulous. It was something else. Unfortunately, there were some disagreements, hiccups between Hypnosis and the funder of the project. So the project didn't really see the day of light in terms of it really going forward and us seeing the rewards, you know. It was a bit sad, but hey, I really enjoyed my time with Hypnosis, working with them. It was awesome.
Now I understand a lot of families have difficulties allowing or accepting that their kids want to be something or music.
Yeah.
How was your family? Are they musical?
The same, the same. In fact, the one person who really supported my career was my grandmother, my late grandmother. And she saw that when I was young, that I've got so much potential, that I love singing, you know. And unfortunately, she didn't, you know, live long so that she can see what her grandchild is capable of doing. Otherwise, the rest of the family, well, it's that thing. You need to get it 9 to 5. You know, this music thing is not working. You've seen how other artists end up, you know. I was compared with other artists and I'm like, you know, but this is me, you know, and I'm destined for this. This is my purpose. This is the gift that God has blessed me with. I felt it as a young girl and I wanted to do justice to it. It was as if I didn't do something about it, then I would have not lived my life lived my purpose, you know. So for me it was, you know, fine, I hear what you're saying, I respect that, but this is me. If I'm going to do mistakes, let me do mistakes and learn from them. You get it? All I need from you is your support. You know, so it's been tough. It's been tough, but right now, slowly but surely, they are seeing that, you know, the fact that I stuck by my...
Well, you've worked with Patrick Mazibuko on a project called No Strings Attached.
No Strings Attached.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
Oh, No Strings Attached was a soulful lounge project with the flavor of old school and funk. You know, it was a great project that I worked with Patrick. In fact, it was supposed to be my debut album. Yeah. But as we were working on the album, when we completed the album, then Patrick decided that he wanted to do something else. He wanted to write books for a living. And I'm like, but dude, we've done the project. We worked on it. We're in the middle of a project. We worked on it for about 6 months. I'm like, but we can't just throw this just like that. It's a waste of work. So I respected his decision. You know, if somebody's not keen on doing something, you know, at the end of the day, if you understand what you want in life, you are the one person who's going to push yourself to get there. You cannot make the next person understand how passionate you are about what you love. So it was one of those, and I was sad again, but I had to go on because I'm the one who wants this. So I was like, it's a learning curve. It's something that I would, in future, I would definitely work on that album again, because it shows a different side to Zophia, you know, and that's I'm comfortable with that sound again. So it's something that I'll be working on in the near future.
Well, moving on to your music.
Yeah.
What kind of image do you say your music presents, or what kind of message do you say you speak about?
I love to write inspirational songs. As a writer, I feel that it's important that you need to talk to people. You need to touch people's lives. That's one thing that I always, you know, I communicate with my creator to say, give me the power and the will to be able to talk to people through this. I don't want to just write songs because for the sake of writing songs. I want to touch people's lives. And so far, what I've seen is that people would come to me and ask me, you know, when you were writing this song, what were you thinking? Because this song is relevant to a certain situation that I went through. You know, those are the kind of songs that I like to write. I want to be a storyteller. I want to be remembered as a storyteller, you know, and someone who just changed the industry, who added value to the industry. I'm not here to change whatever that's been there. No, I don't want to change anything. I'm here to add a part of me.
A part of you.
Exactly. And say, Zothia was here. This is my signature. This is the role that I played. That is very important.
Well, that's fair enough. You said it very fair. The house films.
Yeah.
How long have you been with them? And please tell us who are they.
Yeah, the house films, it's two guys, Mario Mpofu and Derek Mbenze. They're from Westgate. And I collaborated with the guys on the project Zothia and the House Films, in which right now one of our tracks, Special Love, is on Track Source, doing pretty well. It's got remixes from the likes of Problem Child, DJ Harris, DJ Bullet, The Antidote from Swaziland.
Yeah.
So we met in 2010. We worked on the songs in 2010. And ever since we've been trying to hustle a deal. That's when I met Mthulisi Patrick of Pain Africa, who's a co-owner with Andy Campton in the UK.
Yeah.
And he approached me, he told me that, you know what, via the internet, that I've got one of your songs here, and I like your voice, we'd like to license your work. And I said, you know what, it's not a problem, let me talk to the guys. Only to find that Mthulisi and Mario know each other, because Mario is from Mthulisi is from South Africa, but he relocated to UK.
UK, yeah.
So they know each other and they started talking, and yeah, it's been about since from 2010 we've been talking with the guys. Only in 2013 that's when the EP is being released. So it's been a while. It's been a while, but our relationship, it's the three of us coming together in the name of music, for the love of music, and working together, bringing ideas. We, as Zothia and the House Films, it's not a group, it's a project that people will see once in a while. We'll come together and work together. You know, they are doing their own stuff. They've got their own material that they produce for other artists and for themselves as well. And I'm also busy with my own project with other producers and my album. So, but once in a while we come together and we work on something.
Now, I know you've worked with Kylex.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people will like to know how the experience went.
Yeah, the experience was amazing. In fact, I've got good news for you and good news for the viewers out there. Yeah. Last week, Saturday, we were, myself and Kylex, were at Ukhozi FM. We had an interview there. Kylex has gotten a deal through Universal, and he's going to be releasing the album that he features me on. The first track, Get Up, it's going to be on the album. That's the first single. So yeah, 2013 is a great year. It was a great experience. I worked with him in 2011. He approached me via Facebook, sent me an inbox to say, hey, I see you talking about music. I'm interested in helping you. Come through to Davidson, let's work and let's see how we can work together. So we worked together. In fact, the two tracks that he features me on, he had excluded them on the album. So I heard them and he's like, you know, if you can work your magic with these, then I can include them in the project. I heard them, I worked on them, and he was impressed. And that's how the collaboration went. It was a great experience. And right now, the album will be released, and the first single, Get Up, which is a gospel house track, that is going to be a massive hit for sure. It's a killer tune.
Well, I'm glad you're doing something on that level, because it's been long since you had something to some church house.
True. Yeah. Inspirational stuff.
One other thing, you speak about Miriam Makeba and Abubisi Mhlomo in your profile,
yeah.
I'd say. What would you say are their influence in your music?
You know, as a woman, it's being a woman alone is tough. It's got its challenges. And now for me to look at such powerful women, or Mama Miriam Makeba, or Mama Busi Mhlomo, or Lebo Mathosa, or the late Brenda Fassie, they fought in terms of to get recognition in the industry, and they made a mark. And for me, in order to, as people, we are influenced by other people, you know. and they are my influencers in terms of my journey in the music industry. I look up to them, follow their stories, the hurdles, the challenges that they came across, and some of them I can identify them with what I've been going through. But at the end of the day, there's one thing about them as women. They were also spiritual, and to say that God played a very important role in whatever that they did, because they know that it's an industry whereby there are so many temptations, there are drugs, there's so many things that they are there. You get people who will offer you weird things that you never thought that you're surrounded by men. It's a place whereby as a woman it's like you've got to have a backbone, because it's a male-dominated industry. But at the end of the day, they met through their talent, they met the right people, they made the smart choices, and eventually they lived their dream. Even though we know that some of them, like the late sis Brenda Fassie, with her struggles, in terms of her career too, but she was able to come back, make a comeback, So I learned from such women to also inspire me, to keep me moving, motivated, to say that, if you want something, you really have to be focused and work at it, and don't give up. Don't give up at your dreams,
So with your projects, what can we expect this year?
There's just a whole lot of projects that I've been doing. Where do I begin? There's DJ Bullet. He's dropping an album. He's featuring me in his song called Our Love. We did a track together called Our Love. It's a massive track. It's an awesome track, a love song. And I've worked with one of the guys from YFM, Josie Chavez. There's a track we did, Freedom. It's also going to be released this year. I've worked with Mentwiza. His first single is doing quite well right now, so grateful. He features me on a song called Thank You. There's a whole lot of people. Sculptured Music, they are coming with a project. I'm featured on their project as well. I've done a track for DJ Terrence, DJ Chinaman through Sculptured Music. And I'm working on my album as well, which I'm very excited. I'm loving the sound. I'm loving the music that I've been recording. And at the same time, I'm getting offers through Special Love. There's a whole lot of people right now who want to collaborate with me. A lot of producers, and I'm truly humbled that they are really taking notice of my gift. It's really paying off. I'm really humbled. So there's a whole lot that South Africa, the world, can expect from Sophia. There's so much. There is so much. Greatness is yet to come. That one I feel.
Well, I'm glad you're seeing the light. Right?
True.
So where can we get your stuff, Karen?
At the moment, it's the first single, Special Love, Track Source. That's where it's available. And in terms of the other singles that I've worked on, I'm just waiting for the producers to really give me the go-ahead. But most of them, they are releasing their stuff online with Track Source. So it's the most simplest and most accessible side of a lot of people in the music industry, whether producers, music lovers out there. You talk about Track Source, you know that you're gonna get something there. Track Source, iPod, eSound, iTunes, exactly. iTunes is one of the sites that people can get music from. In terms of my album, for now, I can't say much about it. Where it will be available, things like that, because I'm still working on it. But eventually, on the side, it will be available on Track Source. But my most important mission is to take the album, get airplay first, so that people can know who Zolthia is. Once airplay is there, it's playing in most of the national radio stations in South Africa and neighboring countries. Then we'll be good to go. I'll be able to say these are the sites that people can download my music at.
Oh well, you've said a mouthful, and I'm sure I've said a mouthful.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well, it was nice having you on the show.
Same here. It was a pleasure. Thank you for Q Magazine for interviewing me. I'm really humbled by this opportunity, and I look forward for future interviews with you guys. I'm really humbled by everything that you guys are doing, and keep on doing the good work. To other artists, producers, DJs out there,
Thanks, man.
thank you very much.
You have a nice day.
Same to
All
you.
the best.
Cheers.
I like you.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it.